The Imperial Navy was renowned not only for being one of the largest navies in galactic history, but also for its use of some of the most powerful warships ever created, the most famous one being the Executor, which was pretty much just a city of turbo lasers and gun batteries placed on top of a moving platform. But there was one ship that was even more powerful than the Executor, so powerful that it could literally destroy the Executor in a single blow. It is known as the Eclipse, and it was the most powerful warship ever constructed in galactic history. Not only that, but in total volume alone, it was also the largest ship ever created, making most ships compared to it look like tiny specks. Just to give you a better idea of its size, it was almost 11 times longer than a standard Imperial-class Star Destroyer. The Eclipse's firepower was what really made it the deadliest warship ever created. It was armed with 550 heavy laser cannons, 500 turbo lasers, 75 ion cannons, and its most important weapon, a Death Star-like super laser, which was mounted at the very front of this monster. This super laser had 2/3 the power of the original Death Star's super laser, so although it couldn't completely obliterate planets, it was capable of penetrating planetary shields and cracking the crusts of entire planets, effectively killing most of the life on the planet as a result. The super laser was also capable of one-shotting any other warship or space station, so if the Executor were to roll up in front of the Eclipse, all the Eclipse would really need to do was aim its super laser and one-shot Executor out of existence. On top of its deadly arsenal, the Eclipse also had some of the most advanced shield systems ever implemented onto a ship, making it almost impossible to destroy through conventional weapons. Actually, these shields were so powerful that allowed the ship to literally ram into enemy ships and destroy them without sustaining any real damage to itself. Now, if you were an admiral and saw this monster appear on the enemy's side of the battle, the most logical thing to do would be to retreat and get out of there before its super laser could destroy your entire fleet. But not even that would be possible, as the Eclipse was outfitted with 10 gravity well projectors, the same gravity well projectors seen on interdictor ships, which block enemy ships from escaping into hyperspace. And because there were 10 of them, spread across miles apart from each other, destroying all of them by sending starfighters or space troops would be almost impossible, as they would be wiped out either by the ship's cannons or by swarms of starfighters. Starfighters that would exit the Eclipse's massive hangars, which were so massive that they could actually hold a small Star Destroyer, like the Victory-class Star Destroyer. But instead, they typically held 600 TIE fighters and 96 TIE bombers. The hangars also held essentially a small army, containing 150,000 troops, 100 AT-AT walkers, 5 pre-made deployable garrison bases, and even an entire legion of Imperial Royal Guards. The ship, however, did need a crew of about 700,000, with about 4,000 being gunners. Now, where was this ship during the Battle of Endor? Well, it was actually under construction. The Eclipse was supposed to act as Emperor Palpatine's personal flagship, and it essentially took the Empire's 2 greatest creations, the Death Star and the Executor, and forged them together to form this ship. It started construction around the time of the Battle of Yavin, and took about 9 to 10 years until it became fully operational. It was kept hidden by eventually being taken to the Empire's secret fortress world of Biss, within the deep core, where it was taken command by the reborn Emperor Palpatine, who came back to life by transferring his spirit through the Force into his backup clone bodies. The reborn Palpatine would then use the Eclipse to rain havoc on the New Republic fleet, up until it was destroyed when it was consumed by Palpatine's Force Storm, which was disrupted and redirected towards the ship by Luke and Leia during the Battle of Pinnacle Base. Another ship was created of very similar design, named Eclipse 2, but it too was later destroyed after R2-D2 took control of its computer banks and set it to collide into the Galaxy Gun, which was another massive superweapon, resulting in both of them being destroyed as a result.
Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this one. And as always, may the Force be with you.